Hello everyone! So I decided to film some content on this Nissan Armada. I want to install a hydrogen supply system. Maybe this will be useful for someone in the future. The engine is a 5.6 and there's absolutely no room under the hood. There's absolutely nowhere to fit anything. But on the other hand, there's plenty of space right here. Up here behind the grille, in this section, I removed the skid plate and there's this kind of space here. I took off the horn, it was right here. It was in my way, because the tank is going to be located right in this spot. I'll move the horn. I didn't take the grill off completely, just unclipped the top so I could get in there. I removed and unscrewed this sensor here. Either a connector or a sensor, not sure, but it was right here. But I'll move it to this side, of course, so it doesn't get in the way. I have these two electrolyzers because the engine is a 5.6. And this tank is quite large too, because there are two electrolyzers. For those with a smaller engine, say up to 4 liters, you'd use one electrolyzer and a tank half the size. I've been at it for half a day. It's already past 3 o'clock. While I was fitting the tank, I got it installed and it seems to be holding nice and firm. This is the level. There's a mark right here that you can use to check the level, whether to top it up or not. I haven't connected the hoses yet. The horn is also just hanging there. I need to figure out where to connect it. The tank fits in there really well. I've mounted the electrolyzers onto the brackets. These are the brackets. This is how it'll bolt onto the frame. That's how it'll sit. I soldered the wires thoroughly so that nothing would oxidize. Using this old Soviet 100-watt soldering iron, or maybe 150, I forget, and a Soviet tin stick, a piece of rosin, and everything soldered perfectly. Now I need to insulate it, and then they can be installed in place. It certainly takes quite a bit of time. Well, it's getting late, the sun is going down. I'm still tinkering away. I've already set up the lamp. This is the bracket. They're on bolts here. I applied some sealant so they wouldn't come loose. Here are the two electrolyzers. Here's one of them. Wires and conduit. And there's the second one. Wires and conduit. Now I need to connect the hoses. The conduits, here they are coming out. Right here. I've laid out the wires for now. I still need to run a wire into the cabin. I definitely won't finish today. I have other things to do. The Nissan will have to wait for me. Moving on for now. Until I get everything installed. For 900 grams of water, you need 25 grams of caustic soda, as the equipment manufacturer states. Here I measured out 4 times 900. That's 3,600. I weighed it on the scale. I tared the scale. And now I need 100 grams of caustic soda. 99, 100 grams of soda. The reaction has started. We won't close it. Pressure. From the videos I've seen, they say there's a thermal effect. So far there's no thermal effect, since the water is cold. If you use hot water, it might even melt the bottle. Basically everything is dissolving perfectly. The reaction is underway. I'll let it sit, dissolve, and then I'll pour it in. Well, we're almost at the end now. This horn was located right here. I extended the wire, ran it through the conduit, and moved the horn here. It was in my way. This sensor too, it was in the way. It was over there by the tank, so I moved it to the center. This is the hose coming out of the electrolyzer already. The filter dryer. A check valve will go in here now. This is a check valve made of aluminum, and you can see it has an arrow on it to show the direction of flow. It will go right here. But after I check and make sure that the Brown's gas is actually coming out as expected, then I'll go ahead and secure it. You see, an electrical conduit comes out of each individual electrolyzer unit, just so you know. Here they join into one conduit and lead over here. This is from the control unit. The power comes out and goes to the electrolyzers. I thought about it for a long time and found a way. The hood cable is hard to see there. The boot, I ran the wires through the boot. This is coming from the electronic unit already. And this conduit here, it goes to the unit. I ran a wire there, it goes through here, 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 and comes out. There's the conduit. This is the negative and this is the positive coming from the relay. I decided to install 2 power relays. This one's Chinese, I'm going to replace it. This one's from an Audi, from the fan, a powerful relay. Why did I decide to install two relays? Because if the contacts of one relay suddenly stick, there'll be a problem. The gas will keep flowing, even after the engine has been turned off. So, the power comes from the positive of one relay to the second, then I put it on a fuse, and from the fuse to the positive terminal. Now, the activation of these relays will happen through this relay here. This relay is powered right here in the fuse box. I chose the 10th 10 amp fuse there. I checked it carefully with a tester to make sure there is absolutely no electrical power present when the ignition is on. Power only goes to this fuse when the car is actually running. Once the power is supplied, the relay will turn on. This relay gets its power from here, the positive goes out, and here's the positive to the power relays. So from the fuse it goes to the relay, and from the relay the positive goes to the power relays. Here's one positive, the second positive, so these go to the relay as positives, and these two are negatives from the relay. I also soldered them right here to the battery. So when it turns on, the power flows, goes in and out through one relay, through the second relay, and then to our control unit. The control unit. I was thinking about where to hang it. It ended up fitting right here for me. The boot is located right here for the hood cable. Here are the 2 corrugated tubes. I made sure to run the wires through the tubes. Secured them with zip ties. Input and output for the power supply. The power supply is off for now. Let's turn the amperage down to the minimum. Let's show what's under the hood. 1 electrolyzer, 2 electrolyzers. Here's the outlet to the tank. Through a T-fitting. 2 hoses are connected in the T-fitting, and from there they both go to the tank. This one here is the return hose from the tank. I put this little pump on the return line. I haven't connected the 12-volt wires yet. I'll connect them here to the electrolyzer unit. So everything's coming together. The return from the tank is connected. I also installed a 4-way connector to one electrolyzer to the second electrolyzer. And the 4th end, from all the videos I've seen, no one does this. For some reason, a drain valve. And when it's time to change the fluid, they'll be unscrewing clamps, struggling. Especially since I have this kind of metal guard right here, which, as you can imagine, makes things a bit trickier. So, to avoid messing around and struggling with it, I brought this little valve out to the edge here. So, when I need to, I'll just open it. I put a hose nipple here, I'll attach it and drain it. After that, I close the valve. You can secure it with electrical tape so it doesn't open while driving, or with a clamp. And that's it. Everything seems clear. Just a little left to connect the small pump. I'll hide this hose in the conduit completely, then put the conduit on. Once it dissolves, I'll pour in the electrolyte, which is water with soda, and check it, start the engine. That's where the drain valve came in handy. I poured in the alkali and water started leaking from the pump. Either the plastic is cracked or something else. I need to take it off and look how I drained all this alkali. Anyway, I put a bottle under it. And through the valve from here directly, even without a small hose, through the nipple. All the alkali drained out for me here. So install a valve. Well, the moment of truth. I started the car, set it to about 4 amperes, and let's look at this small hose. Well, there it is. It seems like bubbles started, but they're kind of surging. They start and stop. It's bubbling a bit weakly. Maybe it needs to heat up, because I just started it. The gas started coming in bursts. Then there's no gas. I'll wait for a moment now, just letting the car run for a little while so it can warm up properly. Now take a look right here at the outlet and see what it's showing us, just to make sure everything is working as expected. Bubbles are coming. It's working. That's already encouraging. Gas is flowing. But I haven't connected the small pump yet. The pump started working. Gas is coming in small bubbles now. Much more effective. Evenly, so the gas is flowing. Let's see here what it shows us. Well, it seems to be going, everything's great. The only thing is, I need to check this check valve too. Connect it to this side. Yeah, bubbles are coming even more evenly somehow through the valve. And that's great. So everything's working. So I'll try to add some amps. So I have 4 to 5 amps here now. Let's set it to 7 amps. Yeah, like this. Revving the engine now. Amperage isn't changing. What do we have here? The bubbles are coming faster now. Alright, we'll install it. Secure this with clamps. Everything's working. Everything's great. Still need to sort out the electricity here. The pump is pushing evenly. Everything's great. 2 power relays are installed here. This relay is in, the one that controls the power ones. That's my light on. I also added a pulse generator. I hope you can see the bubbles coming. The gas is flowing very well. That's it, everything's great. The little pump is running. Everything's flowing evenly. Everything's in place, just need to close these covers. So I've insulated the cable here, so I need to secure it with a clamp too so it doesn't dangle. This is how the circuit board and control unit are set up. Now 4.7 amps are being supplied. 13.8 volts incoming. So now we'll drive around, check it out, test it and see. Nissan is now running on hydrogen. Drove yesterday, everything was fine, but I got up this morning and saw this white stain under the car, meaning the alkali is leaking. I got in there, poked around, looked, and it turned out this little pump has plastic nozzles and one nozzle broke off. So I decided to take it off. Right here, where it broke off, I drilled a hole inside and inserted this bronze bushing. And then, on top of that, using silicone and epoxy glue, I attached this bronze nipple. The second one too, so it doesn't break. It's just a standard plumbing nut, and I also made sure to fit it very tightly right onto that plastic nipple, using a bit of silicone to seal it up. Now I'm going to reinstall it. The alkali leaked out earlier, so I mixed in a little bit more to make up for it. These things do happen sometimes. It's all because this small pump has 8mm fittings, but the hoses I have are actually 10mm, so they do not fit together perfectly. When tightening the clamps to stop the leaks, there were some leaks. I over-tightened it and it cracked. It won't crack now. Now let's check it and start it up. Alright, here we go everyone. The beast has started and now we are turning on the electrolyzer. 9.9, just as we expected. Amps, that's 2 amps, which is 2.1, just to be clear. 2.2. The amperage is slowly rising, just as expected. I'll leave it like this for now, letting it stabilize for a bit. 3.3 amps. I should probably set it to around 4, maybe 4.5, I think. The lever is actually quite sensitive, so please handle it carefully. Just a slight touch. I don't know if it's visible on camera, but I can see lots of tiny bubbles sliding through. So awkward. And it'll provide cooling too. The electrolyzers won't overheat. The level is normal. There's the liquid. So the tank shouldn't be completely full. So everything's fine. I also want to install here, besides this little sediment trap on the check valve, a transparent trap with water so you can see the bubbles passing through. Once I'm done, I'll film some more and add it to the video. I found this old fuel sediment bowl in the garage. It had thin outlets, or rather an outlet here and an inlet there, or vice versa. There was a small valve here, but I removed it. There was a ball. I put it in and sealed it with cold weld. I also glued on larger diameter brass fittings. Sealed those with cold weld too. It's already sticking to the stump. It's basically new, but it got rusty. So I decided to restore it and I'll turn it into a transparent bubbler, so I can see how many bubbles come out. I'll install it now as well. This part was rusty, but I've cleaned it up completely. Now we'll paint it, make it look good and install it. Well, everything seems to be ready now. So this hose here comes from the tank. Check valve. I installed this little glass bowl. You can see the gas flowing. Sediment filter, and then it goes into the manifold. Now I need to carefully watch and try, using a bit of trial and error to see if this gas volume is actually enough or not. At the moment it's set to 7.4 amps. I'll try to increase it now, since I actually have 2 electrolyzers set up here. That means I might need a higher current, probably somewhere around 9 amps or so. So let's go ahead and set it to 9 amps. Just to be clear, that's 9 amps total for both electrolyzers. I'll adjust the setting now, making sure it's at 9 amps, which should be enough for this setup. Voltage is 13.5. Let's take a moment to see exactly how the gas flows. That's how the gas flows. Well, now I'm going to secure all of this. Just need to fix this somehow. Think it over, use my brain. These relays, as it turned out, ended up being placed under the hood of the car, and as you might expect, it gets really hot under there, especially during the summer months. By the way, just so you know, the Chinese relay is only slightly warm to the touch, not hot. This relay is a used one from an Audi. German. It's a bit warmer. Well, we'll see. Well, it's already dark. I'm still tinkering. I didn't like it on that side. Everything here fits like it's factory made, as if it's all perfect. here's the tube coming out of the tank for us. It goes right in here into the settling tank. Okay, let's see how to get the camera in there. That's it, the gas is flowing. It's visible. I've got a tube here, put the corrugated sleeve on. The settling tank, a gasoline dryer of sorts, you could say. I didn't have enough corrugated sleeve for this part. Well, I'll buy more and put it on tomorrow. Check valve with the arrow pointing that way. And here it is in the sleeve. The hose goes into the air filter. Everything fits perfectly. Excellent. Splendid. I couldn't do it here because of the brake lines. There's nowhere to fix the cup, but here it's clamped between the sleeves to this metal bracket. It fits great here. All that's left is to move the relays into the cabin. It'll be better for them there, I think. But for that, I need to buy more sleeve and run it into the cabin. Another modification. But that'll be for later. That's all. Good luck, everyone. Maybe someone will like this. Someone might want to install it themselves too. Change the oil in the car. Nissan Patrol, Nissan Armada, whatever version you have. It's a 5.6 engine. I wanted to share my thoughts. I'll show you. I'll crawl under the car. First, the oil. Well, I got the original Nissan one. These are the empty cans. 530. The car has 3,000 kilometers on it. I got this oil filter. It's actually a Japanese one, by the way. And this is the original filter I took off. Just so you understand, the filter size is very small. Smaller than a Zhiguli one, damn it. What were the Japanese thinking when designing such a small filter for this engine size? Then they say the engines don't last. 10 centimeters in height. Well, by 8 centimeters in diameter. So if you compare it to a 1 liter oil bottle, this is how the filter looks size-wise. So again, it's got 3,000 kilometers on it. I already drained the oil, changed it, and then decided to film a review. So at 3,000, the engine is new, the car, just so everyone knows, it's a new car. Look at how black this oil is. Only 3,000 kilometers on it. Well, it's the break-in period, I get it. Broke in the engine. Look at that, it's so dark. And now I'll show you from underneath, under the chassis. I've got the skid plate removed. Okay, the filter. This is where it's located. Well, it's in a handy spot for unscrewing. To avoid making a mess here, I cut a 5-liter plastic bottle, tucked it in like this all the way, and then you unscrew the filter, and the leftovers drain into the basin. I should have filmed it while changing it, of course, but hindsight is 20/20. Next, what I'm unhappy with is this drain plug right here. Let's shine a light on it with the flashlight. There's the plug. So, when you change the oil up to this plug right here, at this particular level, there is still actually quite a bit of the dirtiest oil left inside. And since I really wasn't prepared at all for the change, or rather, I honestly didn't know that it wouldn't actually drain completely, because, as you can clearly see, the level is right there in front of you. And all I had was a 5 milliliter syringe with a silicone tube, and I sucked out those remains of dirty oil, probably a whole liter, if not more, using the syringe. So I attached a bent wire to the syringe like this. I've already thrown it away, so I can't show it. I'd stick the 5 milliliter syringe in, suck it out, and pour it into the basin. What were the Japanese engineers really thinking, leaving behind the very worst of the gunk? I mean, you pour in fresh, brand new engine oil, but even after that, you still have nearly a whole liter of the absolute dirtiest oil just sitting in here. And when you start the engine, it all mixes together, and the oil darkens right away. So, guys, just a heads up, I was thinking about going to get the oil changed, but then I thought, I'll just do it myself. It's not that hard, and the car's right here at home. Bought the oil. So keep that in mind. For the filter here, I bought a wrench that fits right onto it. It unscrews easily and tightens back up easily. Well, that's it. After the change, everything's fine. I've already taken it for a spin. This is the wrench for this filter. I got it. The wrench cost about $13. In the future, I think I'll always change the oil myself. See, it fits. So with the wrench, you can change the filter easily and smoothly, no problem at all. Then always lube the filter's rubber ring. Don't forget if you're changing it yourself. Well, and I always fill it halfway with oil. Then at an angle, I mean the oil level, so it doesn't spill out. The filter is filled. No dry start, so the engine doesn't run dry. At an oil change service, no one will do this for you. They don't care there. So that's how it is. Just a quick review. Give it a like and subscribe. Good luck to everyone, money and health.